I mean, here I am sitting in the lobby of the Ritz Hotel in Paris, which is, this beautiful palace, and it's Fashion Week, and my world's about to change. And there's this billionaire, and sort of an excuse that I was giving to his behavior in my head of, well, maybe this is how VIPs and wealthy people operate. They're different than the rest of us. And that naivety, right? That word just kept smacking me in the face once I walked away from it. How could I have been so naive? But that is the key that is used. I think the biggest lesson I learned actually recently was how to recognize where your own sense of shame is getting in the way of you seeing clearly. And, somebody suggested, I want you to tell this story as though you are a younger intern telling you that story. And I want you to hear it from that perspective rather than you're telling me this story. And this is speaking to my therapist. I want you to repeat that story to me, but now I want you to imagine that instead of you telling me, it's a younger intern who's telling you this story. And that helps you remove this sort of self-doubt and hear it more clearly. And I think that's what happens to us. A lot of women, they get into this position and they're blaming themselves. Oh, I'm so naive. How did I not understand? I'm overreacting, right? And that is what coercion and manipulation do to a woman, is they remove your belief in yourself and your confidence and instill this sort of gradual self-doubt to be able to take control. In Fayed's case, right, and in Epstein's, threats, intimidation, if I speak out, what's going to happen to me? And that is, that's a big red flag. I think the other big red flag is isolation. Thinking you're the only one, this in, Fayed's case, telling women not to talk to others, don't talk to the staff, you hear this a lot, like you can't speak to anybody else. Well, what does it do if you speak to somebody else? You're going to start clicking pieces together in your head and you're going to see what's happening. So getting women to places where they weren't safe, where they weren't on their home turf, which I think is why you hear this a lot about, taking them to Paris, to Villa Windsor, to Saint-Tropez, to Monaco. It gets them out of their comfort level. So if you're a woman and you've got that feeling in your gut that says this isn't right, hearing it, telling yourself that story, but making somebody else be the narrator of that story can help you kind of start to piece it together.